Welcome to Cardamone Law University, translating the Pennsylvania Workers' Compensation Act into plain English for injured workers. It's Mike Cardamone here. Today I wanted to take a little break from the what can be sometimes dry legal aspects of workers' compensation in Pennsylvania and instead give you a little bit of an update about some firm news. The first thing I wanted to talk about was our holiday party in December, early December. We always look forward to this. We had a great time. We had about 75, maybe to 80 people come by, and we had a DJ and an open bar and a lot of food. And we had a really great time. We always look forward to this. It's a nice break and good way to reconnect with friends and people that refer us cases and family, and so it's become a pretty well known party in the local area. So it's something that we had a great time at, and hopefully we'll continue the tradition. I think this year was the eighth year that we had it, seventh or eighth. I lost track, but in any event, that was a great time. Something else I wanted to talk about was Paul Silver. He's been helping out the firm for a couple years and officially became an employee on January 1st. And he's been excellent. He's kind, hardworking, a lot of experience, and that's really a recipe for success with representing injured workers. So we've been getting along great, and we analyze almost every single case together, maybe every single one at some point, and it really helps both of us in our practice. He's very accessible, and I take a lot of pride in that too. He gets back to clients quickly, and everything's been going great with Paul. So we're so happy to have him aboard more formally than before, where he was sort of an independent contractor, but now he's part of the firm, and everything's just been great. So in that regard, Christian Smallwood is no longer working for the firm. That's all I'll pretty much say about that. Recently, we had a nice honor. I was able to be selected for the top 25 by the National Trial Lawyers in terms of workers' comp attorneys. So we're going to add that badge to our blog and the website and get that out there on the internet. It's always good. You always have to keep a marketing edge with workers' comp. Every year there's more and more firms trying to elbow their way in and pretend they're workers' comp lawyers, and less cases each year. So you gotta keep an edge to be competitive, and that's a nice award to have. So we're thankful for that. Recently, I took the firm to Hershey so we can have a nice break. I like to do that 2 or 3 times a year. Really keeps us refreshed and helps us bond too, which I think is really important, especially in this day and age where a lot of people are working remotely. We're not always in the same office together on a day-to-day basis, and it's really nice to connect on a more personal level. And of course, we end up talking about work probably half the time, but the other half is personal stuff and just a more relaxed kind of vibe. So that was really fun. And you can't go wrong with the Hershey Lodge with that fireplace in the lobby, and everything's so clean in Hershey. So we had a great time doing that. I wanted to tell you guys also, we probably settled 6 or 7 cases already in January. As I said a few minutes ago, with the addition of Paul Silver, we're really rocking and rolling, and we're getting some cases settled and lots of new cases, and also referring a lot. We get so many phone calls for employment discrimination cases, so we refer a lot of those out. They get mixed in with the workers' comp and then some other stuff. But recently we've had a whole slew of employment discrimination cases, and we try to vet them, and if they have no merit, of course, we just politely tell the individual to maybe Google another firm. But if it has teeth and it has some legitimacy, we'll refer it out to one of the firms that we find to be reputable in that regard. A lot of people think that if they're fired, they automatically have an employment discrimination case. It's not true. Most people are employees at will, and they can be fired for good reason, bad reason, or no reason. Now, there's exceptions. For example, you can't be fired because of your age or your race or your religion, your sexual orientation, your gender, things like this, or for retaliation for pursuing workers' comp. That's sometimes a case that we see. But in general, those cases are difficult, and a lot of people sort of have the wrong impression. They don't understand what a hostile work environment is. They think if their boss is a jerk, that therefore they're hostile and therefore they meet the requirements. No, it's a lot more technical than that. But in any event, we just wanted to remind you that we refer out a lot of cases. So instead of going to the internet, always feel free to call us at 215-206-9068. We'll refer you out. We had referred out a client to a personal injury attorney several years ago, and it ended up with a $6.5 million settlement. So we put people in the right hands, people that are competent, that are heavy hitters, and we're always happy to do that for you, whether it's a car accident, slip and fall, medical malpractice, Social Security disability, real estate issue, whatever it might be. All right, so just remember that and keep us in mind if you need a referral. Another thing is, you might recall that I'm on the radio on the Ask the Expert show, and recently we've redone our contract, and I'm going to be on twice a month. There's been a lot of demand, especially for this topic, and people seem to like our show. So that'll be fun to do, just to educate people. I really enjoy taking the break every month, and now it'll be a couple times a month to help educate the general public about workers' comp. It's it's become complex and nitty gritty, and that's why there's a certification for it to become a specialist. And I just submitted my application to be recertified, and I should hear back soon. I'm assuming I'm going to get the green light and be recertified. You have to prove at least 50% of your practice is in workers' comp in Pennsylvania, and then you have to fill out a form with specific cases you worked on and the case number and what you did on the case. And then a certain amount of your CLEs have to be in workers' comp every year. And then you also had to pass a really rigorous exam that they gave out. I took the first one back in, I think it was 2018, and I passed it. So every so many years, you have to get recertified. And Paul Silver will be sitting for that test to get certified as a specialist. And that'll really set us apart from a lot of these people that claim they're workers' comp lawyers, but they're really kind of personal injury people who dabble in workers' comp. The specialist certification really sets you apart. I don't think it's marketed enough. I think, a lot of people don't understand what that means, but we try to get the word out in that regard. So, also, we have an Arabic translator, so if you know anybody that speaks Arabic, they can come to us and we can translate and take their case. And the same individual, Irene Al-Kanani, she's going to be helping out with some marketing up in the Lehigh Valley. So that's going to be a great addition to the firm. Also, I was spotlighted in the Philadelphia Business Journal. There's an online profile under Lawyers to Know. Then the print edition, I think, is going to be out next week. So that's a pretty cool little thing if you want to look out for that. Also, another thing I wanted to talk about was swag. We still have pens and keychains and things like that, and some mugs with the Cardamone Law logo on it. So always feel free to call Shirley, the office manager in Lansdale, and arrange to pick up some swag if you'd like. I'll give you the number again. It's 215-206-9068. We don't charge people for it. We never have. And she'll be happy to give you whatever we have and whatever you'd like. So I think that's it. Just wanted to go over some of the recent updates. We hope everybody has a great rest of your winter. And if you have any questions, always feel free to call us. Also, I'll give you my email. It's michael@cardamonelaw.com. So Michael@CARDAMONE law.com. That's all for now from Cardamone Law University. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.